Hey Boo Buddies, and welcome back. I'm finishing up my September monthly spread with the rest of my weekly setups this week. I am continuing on with my haunted garden, haunted forest theme, and this is week 2 of September, and I went with more of what is going on above the trees and the hauntedness. So these are some thick, puffy, misty, heavy clouds with the treetops peeking up above them and keeping with my twisty, gnarly trees, and some bats to go along with the spooky theme, and made the days of the week in the clouds, and remembered my habit trackers. I don't do a monthly habit tracker spread separately. I like to keep my habits within the week, and that way I don't have to flip back and forth between spreads as much. And I really, it works for what I need within my spreads from week to week. And I usually am just like, did I do it? Yay. Did I not do it? And if I need to go back to do excess data and review which weeks were good, which weeks were not, it's pretty easy to flip through and see what else was going on that week, as well of like, well, why didn't I do it? And you can look and see what else was going on pretty easily. So I like to do it that way. Not everybody does, but I still made with the grayscale theme, and I didn't add any other colors from what I did with the monthly cover spread that I did last week's video. So it's still grayscale with black. For week 3, I kind of played off of what was going on in week 1's spread and did lanterns hanging from a spooky tree. So each day is a different lantern kind of hanging off of a couple branches, but mostly the bottom branch of a gnarly tree, with Sunday being mostly a day that's a me day where I hang out and just jam on my planner and upload YouTube videos and hang out and just recharge. I made Sunday this subtle something covered in spider web up against the tree. It's a little homage to a Chaz Adams comic that makes me giggle, but not really. I didn't draw any spiders to go on this. I kept with my trees and my bats, but the rest of the days are lanterns, and I try to make each lantern distinguished and unique, and not just repeat the same iron lantern over and over again. So some paper style lanterns, some iron style lanterns. I'm just gonna add some gray hints of foliage to this tree because it is still September, which means summer is fading, but autumn is not fully here. So I like the idea of there being trees with still some foliage on them. It also adds a bit more of a challenge for me from an artistic scale of drawing very detailed, intricate, gnarly, twisty trees, and then adding leaves. It's usually one or the other. As a casual artist, we tend to add one leaf or gnarly trees but doing both, that definitely adds up the skill level. And again, I'm using, if you watched last week's video, you know that these grayscale markers in the Tombow are more shaders, so they don't blend to a solid color as easily. Moving into the 4th week of September, which is also Mabon week, and it's a little bit different. It's moving into getting ready for the harvest and reflecting and saying goodbye to the summer. So I am doing candles and candle flames, and this is the only spread I'm really using. Well, I've used yellow in a few places throughout this spread, but again, just as light and candle flame, and really keeping with the grayscale everywhere else. It's really interesting how I really only used 2 colors plus the fine liner on this spread, but this is probably the most colorful of the spreads that I did for this month. And doing 7 candles as each day of the week. This is a really soothing weekly spread, and then of course I will fill it up with my what I do during this week of just communing with nature and getting myself and my house ready for the coming fall and harvest time. The last week in September, and also the first days of October, yay, I am doing a play on a spread I started doing in August, of splitting the week down the center seam of the pages and doing 4 days on one side and 3 days on the others, and then using the outer margins for my trackers and my gratitude. And I decided to use the spooky tree as the divider, and to try and play off of what I was doing, but of course I couldn't quite get that final branch to make the Sunday work, so I added a bat, and the bat is Sunday, and a gravestone to tie everything in together for my trackers, and then adding the yellow for the moon, so that everything that was used throughout this month is reflected here on the final weekly spread. And yeah, I had a lot of fun diving into the aesthetics this month, and using the image as function instead of function and image being coexisting, and just having them be the same thing. And that was a lot of fun, and I really want to keep doing more of that in future spreads. So that is my new finished September weekly of clouds and lanterns and spooky trees with light, and I hope you enjoyed that and got inspired, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, Boo Buddies.